Hey Leo, it's Mariah here. I'm actually going to do something a little different. I don't think I've seen this done on YouTube yet, so kind of bear with me through this process. So we're going to do, of course, your sign, but we're going to do your sign in all 12 houses. So in the comment section, there will be, for example, Leo Sun with an Aries Moon. And I'm going to pull cards on you just to see what Spirit wants you to know for the week. And then from there we'll go Leo Sun, Taurus Moon, Leo Sun, Cancer Moon, Leo Sun, Gemini Moon, etc., etc. And all throughout the 12 houses, right? So Leo Sun, and you find your moon placement within the comments, right? So again, it'll say Leo Sun, Leo Moon. And that's the information that I'm going to pull for you today for what you need to know for the week. So I haven't seen this done, so again, this is kind of like putting my toes in the water. Let's see how this goes. But we are going to see what messages Spirit has for you, so that way this gives you more specific insight for you instead of just a general overall Leo reading. So let's start with Leo, Sun, Aries, Moon. I just heard, don't let them stop you, don't let them hold you back, burn it down. I don't know what that means. Don't let them stop you, don't let them hold you, burn it down. All right, I don't know what kind of mood you are in for this week, Leo, Sun, Aries, Moon, but let's roll with it. All right, so for my Leos that have an Aries Moon, what do they need to know for this week? Thank you. Wow, so we have the 9 declarations, and it states, 1, meet life with full presence and power. 2, reclaim your agenda. 3, defeat your demons. 4, advance with abandon. 5, practice joy and gratitude. 6, do not break integrity. 7, amplify love. 8, inspire greatness. 9, slow time. So you are very set, you are very stern on what it is that you are wanting, what it is you're trying to manifest. I'm hearing clean house. And now it makes sense why I heard what I heard at the beginning. There's a need for you to clean house, not only in the literal sense, of course, but more in the spiritual, energetic, emotional, and psychological sense. It's time to clean house. It's time to clean house. All right, so before I get started, just 1 second here. Okay, so sorry about that. So last shuffle here for my Leo, Sun's Aries, Moon. What do they need to know for this week? You know what this is reminding me of? That 9 declarations? Wow. Manifestos. Bottom of the deck is Hierophant, which is in correlation with that. So your principles, your beliefs, your firm stances in life, what it is that you need to do to meet life with full presence, to be present, to reclaim your agenda, but also reclaim your power to defeat people that are no longer serving to you. We got to seek the truth card, 7 of Swords. Right? How to practice gratitude and joy, nurture, which is the Empress. Slow time, 7 of Pentacles, waiting results. So these cards here are all correlating with what this is. And we have a 7 and 3, which is 10, which talks about completion. So I will tell you this, Leo with Aries Moon, if you can practice these steps in your daily life, right? Meeting life with full presence and power. Also being able to reclaim your agenda, defeat your demons, advance with abandon, practice joy and gratitude. Do not break integrity, which 7 of Swords can talk about the lack of integrity, but also in this specific deck, it's seeking the truth. So seeing the integrity in other people and the others who lack integrity, and being able to remove those people who are not in alignment with your same beliefs, ideals, or life path that you're going down. This is something that's really imperative for you this week because we have a major here. There's new growth, new expansion, and new horizons that are trying to come into your life and that you're trying to cultivate. I would say this week it's really important for you, Leo, Sun, Aries, Moon, to really start writing down your manifestos. Really start to look into your own energy and how you're vibrating, and start to fully assess, because we do have the Swords energy, Start to really assess, are you in alignment with your life path and where you're going? And are the people, situations, external circumstances, and environments, are they in alignment with where you're going? And if not, it's time to make a change. So that way you can have this new growth and abundance coming in. So let me go ahead, pull another card for you for my Leo, Suns, Aries, Moon. Leo, Suns, Aries, Moon. What do they need to know for this week, Spirit? Okay, we'll take the one that came upright, which is Buddha. Okay, let me tell you this, Leos, that has Aries Moon. This week is a very spiritual week. I would be so curious to look at your natal chart to see what planetary aspects are happening for you this week, or just have been happening for you for the month of October. Because with Buddha, it says life purpose, more than money, spiritual wealth. Counselor, being guided in divine path. And that's what all of this energy is trying to align you with your divine path, your higher purpose, and your higher power. But there's a need for you to really implement these practices and really put these into alignment and start taking the steps, right? Raising your conscious level and aligning your conscious level with the life you desire and the life that you want, right? And really being able to take a look at things. There's a conscious level map that I'll post on my community tab. So that way you can kind of assess for yourself where you lie and how far or how high you need to raise your vibration. And with these 9 declarations, what actual steps you need to take to be in alignment with your life path and your life purpose, okay? So I will say that to you. And the last thing before we keep going is you need to understand your manifesting blocks, right? What is blocking you from manifesting? Because this feels like a week of manifestations to align you with your higher purpose and calling, and really seeking the truth not only within yourself, but looking at your external factors. So with manifesting blocks, if you were to take a note and assess yourself, there are a few states, 6 of them, that you may be in, which will cause manifestation blocks. One of them is being unforgiving. Second is negative self-talk. Third is anxiety or worry. 4th is lack of gratitude, which we have that here, which is practice joy and gratitude. That's the 5th number right there. Lack of vision and direction. And saying I need, want, or please instead of I have, I'm enjoying, and thank you. So just check yourself, do an assessment this week and really start putting in the work here, because your spirit's trying to align you with your higher purpose and calling. So, one last card for you before you wrap up here. For my Leo Suns with Aries Moons. Thank you. Gateway. Absolutely. Amen. And that's how we wrap it up. Yep, a portal is opening for you. I feel like I've spoken about this in our general Leo readings before. But again, Leo, your portal, Leo Sun, Aries Moon, for you guys specifically, this is an imperative time frame for you to step into your spiritual path, your spiritual alignment, and your life purpose, what your soul was here and put on earth to do, what it is that you're meant to fulfill and live out to the end of your days. Now, mind you, on the surface, those actions may look different, or those, if you will, subjects of areas may look different as you progress throughout your life, right? Because our interests change every so many years. But the baseline of that, right? Whether that baseline for you may be, as an example, being able to help others. Well, you can help others in a variety of forms, and those physical forms may change, but the baseline will always be helping somebody, or being of assistance, or being able to be a provider to the community. I mean, I don't know. It can be so many things that you feel called to as your purpose. Again, the actual reality of it may look different throughout your life, but the baseline part of it will always remain the same from when you were born to when you die. You just show up doing those things in different areas or arenas in your life. So hopefully this was informative and insightful. This has been an absolute pleasure to read for you, and I'm going to let you go here. All right. So we're dealing now with Leos with a Taurus Moon. So Leos with Taurus Moon. Let's see what's going on with you for the week. What do my Leos with Taurus moons need to know, Spirit? Thank you. What do my Leos with the Taurus moon need to know for this week? Okay, well, that fell. 1 second. Okay. So, we must reclaim our agenda with a forceful grip. I love it. Actually, I just got this deck. It's called the Motivation Manifesto. This is the first time using it, and I'm loving it so far. So, Leo with Taurus Moon. How are we reclaiming our agenda? How are we being assertive about reclaiming our agenda? Now, I'm going to be honest with you, because me as a Taurus Moon personally, there's a constant struggle that we tend to deal with having the moon in Taurus. It's a very comfortable placement. Yes, it is. But it can be a very lazy placement, because Taurus is all about life pleasures. It's all about, certain luxuries, being comfortable, feeling at home, not really wanting change. It's a very stubborn energy. So we tend to get caught in our comfort zones with the moon in Taurus, because it's a very comfortable placement for the moon to be in, on top of, the Taurus traits. So it's when you got that, it's a bit harder to be a bit motivated. But lucky for you, you have your sun in Leo, so that provides a little push and get up and go. But as a Leo, with having that fixed modality as well, sometimes your moon and your sun can clash, because both of them are fixed. So it's who leads, who rules, and who wins, right? So I love seeing this here, because it's very on point with your natal chart, your alignment here. But in this week, this isn't a week to be comfortable. It's not a week to be comfortable here. So when we have to reclaim our agenda, what is our agenda? What is our purpose? Now, this could be something that is lifelong, right? Looking at our long-term plan, right? Our life agenda of the 10, 15, 20, 30 years, or this could be just our agenda for the week, right? We can make it as grand scale or as minuscule as we want. But whatever it is that we need to reclaim back in our life, whatever it is that we need to be on top of and stay on top of, and not let ourselves get complacent or lazy at times with that Taurus moon, we need to do so. So we're starting off with the 3 of Cups here, which is share the love in this deck. Tell me more for my Leo suns, Taurus moons. We have the World, embrace. One last one. And the Empress. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the moon, right? Is the moon. So, and it says confront. And that's what this energy is all about. So this is a thing, Leo, Sun, Taurus, Moon. This week I'm going to ask you to do a little exercise. You don't have to do it. You can do it. But I would say if you want to move forward towards what it is that you're trying to achieve and obtain in this life, we have to do those daily actionable steps to get us there, that then creates the bigger picture of us achieving our goal. So just a little exercise for you this week. If you have plans to go out, whether it's by yourself or whether it's with friends or family, please do so. This is a week for you to get out in your community with this 3 of Cups. This is your time in this week to really embrace what life has, to continue to open your eyes to all of the possibilities and the experiences that you can have and that you can start to create. A lot of times we tend to be, with that moon in Taurus, very comfortable in what we know. We get a little complacent in what we know. And with that Leo sun, that's where the combativeness comes in, because Leo wants to go out. Leo wants to shine. Leo wants to be, out and about. But that Taurus moon kind of stifles that energy a little bit. So this week is meant for you to really go out and embrace whatever opportunity. Maybe if you go out once this week, or maybe you go out multiple times. But within this period of going out this week, there's some form of new opportunity or new expansion that provides greater clarity to the path that you're meant to take. So this may be the experience of running into somebody. You go out to a restaurant or a bar, somebody speaks to you or comes up to you, and you guys have a conversation and you really hit it off with this person. And not saying it's in a romantic way. For some it could be, for some it's not. We're just going to call it platonic. It's 3 of Cups. But you can really meet somebody that opens your eyes, or you have a conversation and they may introduce a new idea, or they may put a new perspective in front of you on how you've been going about things, or how to go about things through their own life experience and what they've been through, that really gives you that push to continue or start to have a forceful grip on what it is that you're wanting to claim in your life or reclaim. And this encounter, or possible encounter that you'll go through, will allow you to confront what you've been doing, where you've been complacent, where you've been a little too steady and not a little too steady. I'm saying it wrong. Where you've been a little too steady and not enough, if you will, assertive, right? Going forward. And then right underneath that is your energy is shine, Leo. So we have your moon and sun right back to back. So the polarity here this week is really being pulled on and tugged on. So Leo, I'm going to ask you, Taurus Moon, do not allow this week to go by without doing that exercise. Get out once. And I don't mean get out where you're isolated from everybody, where you're just, you're walking around the block of your home and people normally aren't around there. You need to get out in your community where you're able to interact with people, where people are interacting, right? And in that opportunity of doing so, it feels like either just through the experience of getting out and starting to feel lively again, or feeling life again, or feeling that new lease on life, if you will, even if it's on a small degree, doesn't have to be anything life-changing, but it's a piece of the puzzle that pushes you forward to reclaiming your agenda. Or you may end up meeting somebody. You may end up meeting somebody this week, if you go out and do that exercise, that will allow a paradigm shift to cause, where you start to realize, okay, maybe I need to do things a little bit differently. I need to look at how I've been asserting myself, or how I've been going about changes that need to be made in my life. And, I need to start really reevaluating if it's working or if it's not. Watch. It's time to profit. Divine timing, seize the moment, right? So this is exactly what we're talking about. It's time for you to seize the moment. Carpe diem. Hopefully that fits here. I don't know. Probably not. But no, you need to seize the moment. And that's the beautiful part about this. Watch. This is the imperative time. So this is a thing here with Taurus moons. We tend to think at some times, and this is not always, but at certain times that, we can put it off till tomorrow. We got time. And we don't always have time. Sometimes certain opportunities or experiences are only available in limited qualities and in limited time periods of our life. And it's up to us if we take advantage of it or if we do nothing about it, but we miss out on that opportunity to grow or change or step into a new pathway if we don't take that opportunity. So Spirit's asking you, hey, get off your ass. If you've been on your ass, get off your ass. Get up and get out. Okay? So, let's see. Leo, Sun, Taurus, Moon. Leadership. Exactly. So, all the energies here are in correlation, which is what I love. So, this is you being the leader of your own life, the leader of your own ship. Again, reclaiming our agenda with a forceful grip. That's what a leader does, right? It's time for you to take the front row driver seat. What sense do I make? It's time for you to take the driver's seat. It's time for you to be in the front row. It's time for you to make moves and start taking action towards the pathway that you want to go. And the first step is to that exercise, getting out in the community, because it feels like there's some form of an interaction or just experience of being out that triggers some form of paradigm that allows you to assess how you've been going about life up to this point, or the steps you've been taking in regards to life up until this point, or if you're in a new chapter of your life, right? In this new chapter of your life, what have you been doing that has been conducive and has not been conducive to the progress that you want to make towards what it is you want to achieve, or the life path or your purpose or your mission in this space? So Leo, Taurus Moon, get up, get out. I ain't got nothing else to tell you. Go ahead, get up out of here. Love you. Bye. All right. Oh, I'm sorry you guys just had to hear that in the mic. I'm so sorry. Please forgive you, girl. I pressed play a little too quick on that one. So, Leos with my Gemini moons. Woo! What a beautiful blend. Very charismatic, I'm sure. But I'm sure you've been told that too, right? So let's see, what do our Leos with Gemini moons need to know for this week? Last chakra spirit. Thank you. Okay. 1 second. Oh, way too many. I love you guys, but I'm not giving you guys 3 cards. No. Leos with Gemini moons. 1 card only, Spirit. Can we focus on the energies? I'm hearing an old Queen song. Like I'm getting the band Queen. Some of you may like Bohemian Rhapsody, maybe the movie or the song itself, but it's not in regards. It's something about Freddie Mercury. I don't know if he's a Gemini or not. I really don't know. I love a good classic band to the death of me, but there's something about Freddie Mercury, his personality, and I don't really know Freddie Mercury that well, but I'm just getting the hint of Freddie Mercury here. So whatever that applies or however that applies to you, all right? So let's see. The great joys in life come when we are spontaneous. Oh. Holy shit. Sometimes Spirit scares me. Now I get the Freddie Mercury reference. The great joys in life come when we are spontaneous and authentic while engaging in activities we care about. And the great ministries come when too many days stack up where we are conforming and posing while doing things we have no passion for. So now it makes sense why I was getting Freddie Mercury. Now I don't know his full life story, but I do understand he was a very eccentric man. He moved to the beat of his own drum. He was a LGBTQ. I don't know the rest of the letters, and I'm sorry. I don't mean any disrespect, but that's as much as I can remember up to. But I know he was a part of that community. But, you know, again, I don't know his full life story, so I don't want to start saying things and get it wrong. But I do know that he lived or tried to live his best authentic life, right? And I'm sure at some point there may have been some struggles, especially in that era, with being, you know, a gay male, but trying to, you know, blend into society. Now, this has nothing to do with your sexual preference. I'm not going there, but what I am saying here is societal standards, norms, conforming. Release. If there's been any of that, and I know release sounds very simple and easier said than done. Leo, Sun, Gemini, Moon. Easier said than done, absolutely. But Spirit is asking you, especially this week, because this is weekly messages, that when we come, that in life, the best things come when we are spontaneous and authentic while engaging in activities we care about. So Spirit is wanting you this week to really put any, if you will, societal norms, standards, belief, even self-imposed beliefs or doubts, right? Because we may feel like, you know what, we are wanting to be our authentic selves, but sometimes we can stop ourselves from living our most authentic life and living in our truth and doing things we have no passion for. So we can even break this down a little more mundane. We can look at the career sector, right? We can even look at our relationships, our dynamics with our family. Yes, we may have a sense of responsibility and duty to those things because, well, they're part of our daily lives. But are they truly in alignment with who we are at our core and at our core essence? Is it really bringing us our most authentic lives by dealing or engaging in these situations, people, or even these work environments that are no longer beneficial for us? And you can apply this to any aspect of your life. I'm just using those areas as examples. Spirit's wanting you to get real with yourself this week. So can you? Just like Freddie Mercury, can you? So let's see. Leo Sun. Sorry, I don't read this deck in reverse. Wow, 2 cards here. We got the Manifest, which is Magician, Balance, which is Judgment. I mean, not Judgment, I'm so sorry, Justice. And one more. The Emperor. So this came out for all 3 signs. Leo Sun and Aries, Taurus, and now you, Gemini. We've had the Empress come out in all 3. So this is about manifesting the life that it is that you want, because whatever life that you're leading or living right now, there's a specific area, arena, or aspect of it that may not truly be in alignment with who you are, what you feel called towards, what your purpose is, how you truly feel fulfilled. There's some aspect or element here that's not in alignment with who you are, who you feel you are, or who you've always connected and resonated with. So now this week is the time to really start with the Wheel of Fortune, right? On the bottom of the deck, all 4 majors here present. So this is a big week for you, Leo Sun, Gemini Moon. I don't say that lightly. Big week for you. This is the time for you to really start turning that wheel in your favor, in the sense of, by turning this wheel, it's allowing this new door to open for you to really experience all of what life mysticisms and luck and fortune and success can bring you. And whatever success looks like for you is subjective to all. I'm not going to state my opinion because you don't have to subscribe to my opinion, but to whatever you view as success. That wants to come in. Whatever you feel is a spontaneous and authentic life and activities or pastimes or occupations or relationships or certain dynamics in your life that feel really authentic to you, that's what Spirit wants to bring in. It feels like to a degree that's what you've been manifesting too. And then we have the Empress here, which talks about the fruitfulness of a new beginning, right? Being pregnant with new life, being pregnant and fertile with new opportunities, new ideas, new abundance. That's what's coming in for you. But with this Justice card here, something needs to be set straight, which means the idea or the societal standards or norms or pressures you put on yourself, maybe the self-imposed beliefs or ideas, things of that nature that may hold you back from living your authentic life. It's time to be the judge and jury of your own life and start making those hard decisions to release and cut those things off. It's not a time to be passive or on the back burner or just get the motion of the water going and get the motion of the boat rolling, if you will. I feel like I just said that wrong, but hey, just go with me, okay? But to get the boat rowing, yeah. But you get what I'm saying, right? It's not about putting it into motion. It's about executing it all the way through. And with that Gemini placement in Moon, that's kind of a tricky thing because Gemini can definitely get things up and get started, right? But Gemini is such a curious sign. Gemini wants to try this and try that and try this and try that. And Leo Sun, it has the forcefulness and the vitality to push things through to fruition. But that Gemini Moon can be a hindrance because it can cause distractions or take you off path or take you down a certain course where you're not staying on target with your goal, which it can cause some type of confliction with your Sun and Moon. This week is not the week for that. This week, let the Moon, if you can, try to subdue those energies and focus solely on your Leo powerful energy to start executing things all the way through. Meaning, again, anything that's not allowing you to live a truthful or authentic life, it's time to let it go, but see that execution all the way through. Let's not just start the process of removing and then kind of fall off the bandwagon. No, we have to keep going all the way through. So, for my Leo, actually, no, skipping a deck. For my Leo Suns, Gemini Moon. Leo Suns, Gemini Moons. Thank you. Nugget. Hell yes. Look at it, guys. Nugget. So it says small increase, valuable info, honest assessment, fresh start. So again, this goes back to this justice. Let's make honest assessments this week. This is something that's going to be very imperative for you. Honest assessments of yourself, but also the life you've been living up until this point or in this specific chapter of your life. Are you living in your true I can never say this word, true authenticity? There you go. And if you're not, well, you need to be. So we got 2 cards for you. We have change and we have patience, okay? So, good things take time, as a wise man says. And they do. As unfortunate and unfortunate as that may be. Leo Sun, Gemini Moon, I can probably imagine you're probably not the most patient energy. And I can get that. You're probably not, depending on what else is in your chart though, but I would say for the most part, you're probably not a patient person. to certain degrees or certain variants. But in this energy though, what I'm feeling is that this is going to be a process, but you got to get the ball rolling. And that may be the issue with the execution and seeing it all the way through, because there may be some difficult dynamics that it's hard to eliminate, or it may be a bit difficult to get yourself in alignment with. So Spirit's asking you to be a little patient with yourself, be a little kind to yourself while you make these changes to get into alignment with your true authentic self. And I will tell you this, because this feels like I'm speaking to a Leo Sun, Gemini Moon, that I don't care if it's even within yourself, right? It may not even be an external factor. It may be within yourself, a part of yourself, or maybe a lie we tell ourselves to keep ourselves comfortable or sane or happy. There's something that we need to face the reality about when it comes to ourself or our external factors that's not in true alignment with our authentic self, where we can live spontaneously, where we can engage in activities or just be able to be authentically happy with ourselves, where I love myself and I truly mean that, and I can say that and feel very secure in that feeling, right? So this can be a variety of ways that this plays out for you, but this week you need to start making those assessments and start putting things on the chopping block that are not in alignment. All right? So it's been a pleasure. I'll leave you there. All right. All right, so we're now moving on to Leo Sun, Cancer Moon. So Spirit guides, angels, ancestors for my Leo Suns, Cancer Moons. Tell me what they need to know. What do my Leo Suns, Cancer Moons need to know for the week? My Leo Suns with the Cancer Moon. Ooh, there we go. Okay. So it says, our greatest personal power is the ability to take over our impulses and direct our mind to choices and commitments that will serve us. Beautiful. And very beautiful. So, Leo Sun, Cancer Moon. This is actually an interesting card because that Moon in Cancer, it's in its home planet. So it's a very, I would say after Cancer, a Cancer Moon, it would be like a Taurus Moon. That's most comfortable in the moon placement. But a Cancer Moon, emotional vitality. Is that the word? You know, I think that's the word. Yeah, you guys know what I'm saying. But sometimes I get my words wrong. You got to bear with me, okay? It's been a while since I've been in school, okay? But no, I really mean that though. The emotional roller coaster can be draining, especially when you have such a passionate sign like Leo in the sun, and then you have your Moon in Cancer, which, don't get me wrong, this is a very powerful combo because your sun and your moon are both in their home houses. I mean, your home planets, I should say. So with both being in the home planets, there's a lot of power. But with a lot of power comes a lot of conflict, right? It's a conflicting energy here. So when I look at this lets me know for the week here, Leo, Cancer Sun. Leo Sun, Cancer Moon. This will be a week where you need to really subdue or evaluate how you react emotionally to certain things. And if the way we act emotionally, our impulses, if they actually serve us in certain situations, experiences, or circumstances. There needs to be a fine-tuned balance between this. So there may be something happening this week or something you've been going through, or maybe this has just been a part of your personality since you've known, you know, where you may struggle with emotional impulses or feeling emotional vitality. I feel like I'm saying that wrong, but violent emotions, that's really what I'm trying to say. You may have struggled with that throughout different areas or phases of your life, or just in your life in general. But at this time this week, it really needs to be fine-tuned and placed into balance. You need to refine that balance of what's worth your emotional reactions or your impulses versus what's not. And if it serves us or not to react emotionally or to be emotionally impulsive. We got the Three of Swords. Yeah. Tell me more from my Leos this week. My Leo Sun's Cancer Moon. Flow, Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes they say, and I was just about to say what this card is, it's Four of Swords, but I was gonna say, they say the wisest person in the room says nothing at all. The wisest person in the room says nothing at all. Change behavior needs to happen here, Cancer, Moon, Leo, Sun. And it really comes down to your emotional impulses, because with this Three of Swords, either there's been some form of heartbreak, misfortune, whether it's happening this week or it's already happened or something you've already experienced in your life. But there needs to be a balance here, or being able to adjust, again, fine-tune how you emotionally react to things. That will be your greatest hindrance in this lifetime, whether this is a current experience or you've always dealt with this. This needs to be adjusted, because with this Wheel of Fortune, you have the ability to change and start anew when it comes to your emotional impulses, right? And I understand we like to say, well, I'm just this way, or that's just how I am. I understand and I get it, but again, we still have the accountability, or the ability, just in general, to take, if you will, to take control of how we respond and how we react, right? Just because we may have been given certain characteristics or traits doesn't mean that we have to necessarily abide by them. It takes will, strength, endurance, stamina, and it also takes the brain power to want to say, you know what, I do behave or react emotionally when things go wrong, or I'm hurt, or I'm emotionally upset. But that doesn't mean that I have to continue that way. What can I do, or what methods can I start to implement, or what exercises can I do to better adjust myself and better acclimate myself to my emotions, so that my emotions or my impulses doesn't overrule or override or take over the show. And then later on, I may have regrets, or I may say, oh, damn, why did I behave that way? Or why did I act that way? There needs to be a fine-tuned balance, because however you've been reacting impulsively or on your emotional space, again, whether it's something this week, or this has been something that you've been dealing with a lifetime, or a situation you've been dealing with for quite a while, the behavioral pattern here that you have adapted and that you continue does not serve you in certain areas or forms. So let's make adjustments. Very much so. As a Cancer Sun, that's very much so that energy. So let's see. Tell me more, Spirit. The wise man once said nothing. We have gears. All right. So I'm just reading certain keywords off of these cards, and bottom of the deck is the moon. See, now it was just confirming we're on target here. But when I look at gears, it does say putting plan into motion. It also says taking time off. So instead of reacting and responding, like I said, the wisest person in the room says nothing. When something emotionally stirs you or causes a reaction, if I can say this word, I can't say it. I'm trying to say neurology. Oh my God, I can't say it. Bear with me, you guys. But when we have those chemical reactions, that's really, we're just going to break it down to that, right? When we have those chemical reactions in the brain that causes those emotional impulses to stir and arise, Spirit is asking you to take time off, meaning go in a corner, take space, breathe, which we have just breathed for. Swords, breathe before reacting, think before reacting, meditate before reacting. Don't go off impulses, don't go off emotions, right? And this could be towards yourself. Sometimes we can get into our own depressive moods. We can get into our own mood swings. We can get into a self-loathing stage and dislike ourselves. And Spirit's telling you before you go down that rabbit hole, whether it's towards yourself or it's towards an external factor, be the wisest person in the room and say nothing. Meditate, calm down before putting any plans into motion as far as what you want to say verbally or what actions you want to take. Okay? So, for my for my Leo Sun's Cancer Moon, what do we have? What else do we have for them? The diligence. Absolutely. So this is that taking a step back energy. This is that, okay, why am I feeling this way? What has happened to me? Why is this situation causing these emotions? Why do I feel emotionally impulsive or reactive right now? Why am I letting this choose to take over my mind? Will this situation affect me 5, 10, 15 years down the line? It's really taking the moment when you feel those emotional impulses or just impulses in general. Instead of reacting, let's analyze them, right? There's too much heat with your sun, and there's too much water with your moon. It brings steam. Steam sets things into motion, right? Instead of setting things into motion, which is that emotional chain reaction, let's start to, while the water's bubbling and boiling, let's take a step back. Hold on, Leo, sun, Cancer, moon. Let me take a step back. Why is this happening? Why am I feeling this way? What is going on? If I reacted a certain way, what would be the outcome? If I acted out on the way I wanted to act, will it really bring me satisfaction, or would it really fix the situation? A lot of the diligence needs to happen before you react. So I'm going to leave that there for you. Hopefully it was insightful. And yeah, thank you. All right. So, of course, we are now on Leo Sun, Leo Moon. What is happening for you this week? My Leo Suns and Leo Moons, what is happening for you this week? What does Spirit need you to know? There we go. There we go. So we have, life can lose its vibrant aura and charm if we do not bend the energy of our minds towards positive engagement and appreciation. Okay. Not mad at it. Not mad at it. So our thoughts become our reality. That's really what I'm feeling here. See, you, Leo, and this is interesting to have fire in your sun and moon. Woo! All right. I would not want to mess with you on your worst day. But with this energy here, you especially, out of any other Leo combos that I can do in this reading, you have, I would probably say, some of the strongest energy because you have a double Leo in your big three. Now, if you have a Leo rising, oh my God, I don't know how you exist. I don't know how you exist. But with having a Leo sun and a Leo moon placement here, you have such a magnetic aura, magnetism, energy too that is uncomparable. I mean, you're felt before you're seen. And that's the honest truth. And don't get me wrong, that's a quality that all Leos have, but yours is magnified times 5. You're felt before you're seen. You truly are. But the other thing about this is, though, when we look at it, and it says, do not bend the energy of our minds. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm reading that wrong. It says, life can lose its vibrant aura and charm if we do not bend the energy of our minds towards positive engagement and appreciation. This is you needing to take a step back. All that fast movement, all that heat, all that fire, yes, it comes into play and it comes into benefit when needed. It definitely comes into play and benefit when needed. But there's also here a need for you to slow down and transmute the energy a little bit. And it's kind of hard when you got all that fire. It is. It's a little hard. Not saying it can't be done, and I'm sure some of you have done it. But that needs to be a constant reinforcement. That needs to be a daily practice, a habitual practice, and especially for this week. Spirit's asking you to slow down your energy a little bit. Slow down the fire. Not put it out, but let it simmer. You know, you got to put it out, but let it simmer a little bit. So that way, in this time of bringing down all that heat, you're able to bend the energy towards positive engagement and appreciation. So this is more so appreciating the small and little things in your life, despite what may be going on, what may be happening, being able to be present and in the moment and engage with your surroundings in a, if you will, in a lively way. One more. So we have 2 2s. Oops, way too many. So you may be seeing number synchronicities this week, or may have been seeing them just ongoing. But we have okay, I keep getting multiples. We have Find Balance, which is the Two of Pentacles in this deck, and we have the, what is this, the High Priestess. Just one more card for my Leo spirit. Leo Sun, Leo Moon. Thank you. Yep. So we have change your focus. So interesting. So with change your focus, this is the Five of Cups, right? So if there's been any emotional, if you will, juggling or emotional turbulency, there needs to be a slowing down of this energy. Why? Well, we need to listen to our intuition this week. Your intuition is trying to speak to you. Your intuition is trying to point you and guide your energy. It's almost like, I think of Avatar, The Last Airbender. And I think of the water suit, right? The water tribe. And how they can bend and mold water and really change it. And fire, I think the fire elements can do it as well. I haven't seen that show in like eons. But I do remember like little clips in my head. And how you can actually transmute that energy. How you can actually transmute that element. That's what Spirit's wanting you to do. Because whatever this Five of Cups energy you may be experiencing or you may have experienced, whether it's throughout this week or this is something ongoing, or this could be something that's lifelong, you know, that subtle underlying level of sadness or depression or regret. Some of you may deal with depression, right? It hits you at certain times. Because this Two of Pentacles, this isn't a consistent energy. So some of you guys may deal with depression on and off. Some of you may deal with, if you will, and I'm not a psychiatrist or I'm not a psychiatrist of any sort or name or a psychologist, so don't try to get in my comments and come in for me. But you may have dealt with forms of mental health issues. Me personally, as somebody that has dealt with that, I'm not judging. But you may have dealt with certain forms of mental health issues throughout your life, whether it is depression, whether it is anxiety, whether it is panic attacks, things of those natures. And that what Spirit's really trying to do here, and if that's not the case, this is just some form of disappointing situation that you've dealt with in your life or you're dealing with this week. Spirit's wanting you to balance out that energy. So I'm almost seeing, like I said, being able to bend fire, bend water, to transmute those energies towards positive engagement, towards a positive appreciation. That's why we have change your focus here. You may be focusing on the wrong things, and your intuition is trying to point you to focus on the right things this week. Okay? And not only this week, this may be a lifelong process that you have to go through, especially if you deal with any mental health concerns, just like I deal with myself. Okay? I think a lot of us deal with mental health issues more than we like to admit. But if that is the case, you know, it's a lifelong process. But whether that is the case or not the case, this needs to be done. We have to start changing our focus from when things don't work out or disappointments, whether they come and go in waves or it's just a subtle baseline of disappointment. We have to change that energy. So let's keep going. Leo Sun. Thank you. We have coins. I like this. Well, I will tell you this. Leo Sun, Leo Moon, this week, you may end up receiving some money. A good financial windfall. Doesn't have to be like you're winning a lottery. If you do, congratulations. But this is something maybe you may notice on your paycheck. You got paid a little extra than you should have, or somebody may just give you some money, or somebody, if you work in like hospitality, you may get a large tip this week, or there's something with you receiving some form of income. Doesn't mean that it's going to be a large amount, but this is a lucky week. This is a lucky week for you. So using that energy of this lucky week to really help you transmute this energy and start changing your focus will really be beneficial for you, Leo Sun, Leo Moon. So one last card for my Leo Suns, Leo Moons. We got two for you. So we have inner peace and we have stillness. So I love it. I love this energy. Why do I love this energy? Well, that goes back to this High Priestess, which High Priestess is all about inner peace. High Priestess is all about inner understanding and meditation and quieting the mind, body, and soul, and really listening to what Spirit has to say. So with inner peace and stillness, that's what Spirit's wanting you to do this week. let's be a little still, right? We want to allow you to have the life you want to live, where you're no longer facing either this baseline of disappointment or depression or being upset or being sad or having regrets. We don't want you to deal with that anymore, whether it's been lifelong throughout this week or it just comes in waves. So this week, the Spirit's asked me to slow down the energy, really get in tune with your intuition, really tap into your spiritual side. This may be a good week to really listen to some material on YouTube of aligning with your higher purpose, or meditation techniques, or even reading. If you like to read, get you an audiobook or get you a Kindle, or go to Barnes & Noble and actually purchase a book and really get into that solitude state. I mean, even if other activities or exercises of being able to do this would be going to an energy healer or going to a Reiki master to really assist in the balancing of those energies, that would be really productive for you this week. So, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, I'm going to leave you here. It's been a pleasure, and I thank you so much. Okay, so who are we on now? We're on Leo Sun, Virgo Moon. Leo Sun, Virgo Moon. Last chakra. Leo Sun, Virgo Moon. Okay, well, maybe we don't have any messages for Leo Sun, Virgo Moon. I lied. Okay. We have, this day is to be enjoyed like a pause at a cool stream during summer's heat. Okay. I actually really like this because this lets me know your week here, because we're looking at the week. Your week here is going to be pretty damn enjoyable for whatever reason. I mean, it could be just you spending time to yourself. If you're in the southern states or in any hot tropic climate, then, it may just be hot and you just want to sit at the pool, If you're in any climates that may be a little cold, you may want to just sit by the fireplace, and kick your feet up. But whatever it is, this week feels very enjoyable for you, Leo Sun, Virgo Moon. So let's see what else. We got confront. Reach out. Rebuild. Okay. So this is what's going to happen. That we're going to be out of here on an easy one. I thought this was going to be a good week. Which, don't get me wrong, it is a good week. But this either has to do with you, yourself, or someone external or something external to you, because it feels like this week you're enjoying yourself and then something comes in like a fucking wrecking ball. Like, okay, I was sitting on the couch drinking my hot chocolate, watching my scary movies. It's Halloween season, watching what I want to watch, and then all of a sudden something just happens, and now I got to get off my couch, got to turn off my movie. Now I got to deal with this BS. There's something here. And doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing per se, but something comes in to shake up your week. So things may have been prior to this week, may have been a little steady in some way, shape, or form. There may have been some form of comfortability or some form of routine that you adapted, that you knew how things were going to pan out, play out. You knew your schedule, how things were going to go, and then something kind of comes in. Life comes and starts lifing. Life comes and starts lifing. That's what this feels like. Unfortunately, but fortunately, because it needed to happen, right? So we have confront, which is the moon, reach out, which is the 3 of Pentacles, and rebuild. So there's so many things that's happening here. Leo, Sun, Virgo, Moon, I'm going to try to tap into all of them because all of these situations will not fit every single one of you. But specifically, I'm going to get this one out the way. Somebody may end up finding out about their job. You may be confronted by a supervisor, director, or a boss. This may be the week where you end up, it's going to go one or two ways, where you end up losing your job or you end up getting a promotion. Something changes within the job sector if you resonate with that. If you've been dealing with a workplace environment that hasn't been good or healthy, or you've been, next in line for some form of promotion. Whatever you fall on that scale, either it's going to tip over bad or it's going to tip over good, right? So you just keep that in mind. Others of you, looking at this energy, it feels like you may hear from somebody this week. Somebody reaches out, they may try to confront something that's been deep-seated within them or deeply rooted, or something that they've been wanting to address with you, and it causes a tower moment in your life. But with this tower moment, it's rebuilt in this deck, so it allows you to either mend or repair that connection or relationship. Doesn't mean it's romantic. It could be a family member, it can be a friend, it could be a colleague, it could be, you know, if you want to go romantic, it can be romantic, it can be any sector here. But I'm getting the sense that somebody reaches out to you to confront, either to confront you or to confront something that may have happened between you two, where it kind of shakes the core of what in your own mind or your own perception, what you allowed yourself or what you felt like you understood about the situation, right? What you allowed yourself to understand about the situation, or what you felt like you understood about the situation. There's information or some form of confrontation, something that is revealed that kind of changes your perspective or what you thought you knew in regards to this person or the situation. Now that can go a good way or a bad way, right? This could be a bad tower where, you know, that connection completely collapses, or it can be a connection where, because this person reaches out and they express things that they may have hidden, that it allows you to repair or rebuild that relationship. Now lastly, this can be in regards to you, Virgo, right? Something may happen this week, whether it's, you know, collaborating with others or just getting out in life, where you have something triggers you this week. It could be a TV show, it could be, you know, speaking with a coworker, it could be going out to dinner to eat. Something triggers you this week. It shakes you from your comfortable space. Something triggers you that makes you confront the things within yourself that you may have put on the back burner, that you may have not dealt with, or you may have not wanted to handle. And it causes a tower moment internally where it's like, okay, going about life or going about things in a certain way or dynamic hasn't really been serving me, even though I felt like it has. I need to make changes here. So it can go a couple of different ways for you guys. I thought you was gonna be the only sign out in the clear. With that card starting out, I thought you guys were gonna be the only sign out in the clear, but nope. You got a week for you too. So let's see. Leo Sun and Virgo Moon. Leo Sun, Virgo Moon for this week, Spirit. Thank you. We have Sword. Conflicts, cutting corners, breakthrough, defense. We also have being fired and pay cut. So again, some of you may be losing a job this week or may be fired. Also, you know, if somebody comes back to confront you or you're dealing with some form of confrontation, this tower is that breakthrough, that aha moment, that realization of, okay, maybe I need to really release this person or this situation or thing. Or that breakthrough on the flip side of it can be, okay, well, I now have additional information that I didn't have before. Let's try to rebuild this. Or they may want to try to rebuild things with you, whoever this is, friend, family, etc. Or, last example, this is within yourself. Whatever conflict that you may have been putting off or maybe not looking at this week, it forces you to look at. I'm hearing the planetary alignment. So you may want to check out your natal chart and what transits are happening, because I just heard planetary alignment. Something this week is forcing you to look within yourself that causes a breakthrough of understanding that the way you've been going about things or proceeding in this portion of your life isn't really serving or conducive to your highest good or where you want to really be or go. So, Leo Sun, Virgo Moons. Let's see. We have enlightenment, exactly. And we have the rebuild card here. So yeah, I don't really have to go into details here because we just kind of talked about that in a nutshell. But this week is a week of enlightenment. Leo Sun and Virgo Moons. So be prepared. Outside of the job thing, if that relates to you, but you would already know if you're kind of in that position. If something feels a little off at the workplace, you would kind of know. So I don't want all y'all to panic like, you know, you're going to lose your job tomorrow. You would know this something's pending. You would feel something's pending coming up. That the energy or something's been off, or you've been receiving certain treatment, or something hasn't been right. If everything's been golden at the workplace, more than likely don't expect being fired. But this enlightenment, right? Coming to that understanding, that aha moment, that breakthrough. This is the week of breakthroughs for you. So if you've been feeling a little comfortable in your space, Get ready for things to be shaken up. All right, I'll leave you there. All right, so for my Leo Sun's Libra Moons, how you guys doing? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing good. Love you guys. So let's see, Libra Sun. I'm so sorry, Libra Moon, Leo Sun. Tongue twister. I can't say it 5 times, even if I tried. Lord. Leo Sun, Libra Moon, Leo Sun, Libra Moon. Yeah, no. Nope. Maybe when I have a shot of whiskey, maybe I could, but not when I'm sober. Nope. So, okay, we'll take the first one that flipped up. So we have success and fulfillment. Success and fulfillment in life rest on the unflagging ability to get up, to be ourselves, to chase our dreams with fire each day, to keep willing ourselves to the next level of presence and performance and potential. Ooh. How amazing. Really, how amazing. So, I guess I kind of have to ask this of you, Leo Sun, Libra Moon. Are you getting up? Are you being yourself? Are you chasing your dreams, I should say, with that Leo fire each and every damn day, persisting and having perseverance to take yourself to the next level of performance and potential? Honest question. See, to really reach and achieve our highest potential, it's a series of small, manageable daily actions and routines that then form a habit, which then leads us to creating or achieving our goals or the potential or the life we want. So I have to ask you, how are you applying yourself to reaching your potential? How are you applying yourself on a daily basis? And you could say, Mariah, I'm applying myself every day, girl. I'm doing it every day. Beautiful. Keep at it. Some of you may say, well, I know I can do a little better. Some days I fall off. Some days I get back up. Some days I fall off again. And I'll say to you, as long as you keep getting back up, but see, you have to form that habit. So stay consistent, right? Don't allow yourself to fall off. If you feel like it's a day where you can't do something to go towards your potential or your highest level of performance, then figure out what aspect of those daily actions or goals, maybe a small element of it that you can at least do that day. So that way you still are putting your foot forward, and it gives you that driving force and that motivational force to keep going. Because once we have that day that we may fall off or we may slack, then in our mind we get a little accustomed or comfortable with, well, you know, it's another day. I might not do it tomorrow. And then it starts to build up that repetition of it's okay to slack off, or it's okay to fall down and get up, and you don't make progress that way. So we have to stay consistent in any way, shape, form that we can. But success and fulfillment is here for you. But what are we doing? Are we using that Leo fire to go towards it? Ace of Cups. Love it. For my Leo Sun, Libra Moons for the week. 5 of Swords. Okay, we got 2 extra ones for you. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. So we have 5 of Swords, which is win or lose in this deck. We also have the 2 of Pentacles, which is find balance. And the Tower, which is rebuild. So why I love this energy here, because it's very realistic, all right? Very realistic. None of my readings that I do for you guys are like poo-poo, I'm gonna blow fairy dust up your ass. It's very realistic in the actual progression of going towards some form of achievement or going towards some form of goal. Ace of Cups starting out, that's success and fulfillment. On a soul level, on a life level, on a purposeful level, on an enriching level, we start off with that. So that's letting you know. And I don't feel like this is something necessarily confined to this week. This feels like for your life. But there's actions that need to be implemented this week so that way you can get there, right? And to have that life. So 5 of Swords, conflict, right? What conflict that lies or rests within us, whether it is patterns we're conscious of or patterns we're unconscious of. External influences that we're conscious of or external influences we're not conscious of. What is it that causes the potential for us to not stay consistent with achieving what it is that we want, or to have some form of slacking energy from going towards what we want? Win or lose, that's at any and all cost that I am going to achieve my success and my fulfillment, that I am going to perform at my highest level and achieve my potential and go towards that and chasing my dreams on a daily basis, no matter what conflict arises in my day. I don't care if I don't feel like it. I don't care if I'm tired. I don't care if, I've had a knockout, fallout argument. Nothing's going to deter me on a daily basis from going after what it is that I want. And of course, sometimes we really have those emergency life circumstances that we just cannot, right? But let's put those aside, excluding those. If it's not a life or death situation here, there's still always some element or aspect in regards to your success and fulfillment, your dreams, that you can at least apply some form of that daily action despite how your day went. And it's finding in those moments or in those days where you just don't feel like you have it within you or the energy to go forward or to do it. Okay, well, I'll use me as an example, right? I've been dealing with my own health concerns and issues that's really been keeping me from being as consistent as I want to. Can I let that knock me down or let me, not go towards what it is that I want to do here on YouTube? Absolutely. But what do? Well, I find little steps that I can do. Okay, well, maybe I can't record a video today, but I am going to read up on tarot or understand more about the human psyche, because I know I can sit my ass down on the couch. I may not be able to do much, but I can sit my ass down on the couch. So I'm going to read in regards to my area or space of what I'm trying to create on my channel. That's the same mindset that you have to apply for yourself if you haven't applied it already. Finding that balance between your life and your dreams, your reality, the daily mundane things you have to deal with, your external factors, your internal factors that may cause conflict, needing to find a balance between that and going after your dreams. Tower right here with rebuild. Whatever isn't allowing you to move to the next level of presence, performance, and potential has to be torn down. This is establishing a new regimen, new routine, new daily habits to get you to where you want to be. So let's keep going here. So my Leos, what Libra moons? Okay, I'm not taking 3. I just want 1. 1 spirit. Thank you. Just 1 card. Just 1 for my Leo Suns, Libra Moons. Okay, maybe nothing. Do we have anything for our Libra Suns, Leo Moons? I don't think I've had this happen in a while. No, there we go. Nugget. Somebody else got nugget. So I love this because it says small increased valuable info, honest assessment, fresh start. So needing to really take that honest assessment, looking at what you've been applying or how you've been applying yourself and making the changes if need be. And being honest with yourself. Are you just lazy? And I'm not saying that to be offensive, but I can understand. I have a Taurus Moon. I can definitely be lazy at times. Are you truly applying yourself? What's holding you back, whether it's something psychological, emotional, mental, what's keeping you from being consistent? Or if you are consistent, are you progressing in the right way? Like taking a full, honest checklist, checkmark assessment of if you are moving towards your dreams, the next level of presence, performance, and potential. So, 1 more card for my Leo Suns, Libra Moons. We got truth. Yeah. Being honest with yourself. I don't have to explain it because I just explained it. So you got some work to do this week, Leo Sun, Libra Moon. You do. And it's time we be truthful with ourselves. All right, not the truth you want to hear, the truth you like to say. And I don't mean the nice truth. I mean you need to be very harsh and unbiased, because sometimes we tend to be passive with our own feelings towards ourselves. But being passive with our own feelings towards ourselves, which you're a Libra Moon, very much so passive energy. When we're passive with our emotions or our feelings, we tend to really miss a lot of the hard-hitting underlying truths. So this week you need to be very blunt and brutal with yourself in regards to your success and fulfillment. So I'm going to leave you there. It's been a pleasure as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, so we are now on Leo Sun, Scorpio Moon. Leo Sun, Scorpio Moon. What do they need to know for this week, my Leo Suns and Scorpio Moons? Wow. Okay, I like it. I like it a lot. So we have, love was never absent from our lives. It is not bound in our hearts or in our relationships, and thus it is not capable of being owned or lost. We have allowed our awareness of love to diminish. That is all. All right, bit of focus. Maybe not, but there we go. So this energy feels very deep, but with the Scorpio Moon, I wouldn't expect anything else. I wouldn't expect anything else, honestly and truthfully. So this is getting back into the conscious state of love. But this doesn't feel really, it doesn't feel external here. Leo Sun, Scorpio Moon, it does not. Let me move this mic a little closer. Sorry. It doesn't feel external. It truly does not. This more so feels internal to me. This more so feels like the self-love or the love we have within ourselves, maybe spaces or areas of ourselves that we may lack, or we can love ourselves a little harder. I'm going to ask you, how conscious are you when it comes to your love of thyself? And I don't mean in the sense of a pride space or ego space, right? All of that is false. Pride and ego is a false. It's a thesaurus. Oh my God, I hear the words, and when I try to pronounce them, they just do not come out right. So just forgive me. But again, ego and pride, even though it is a part of our biological makeup, it is in some aspects false elements or viewpoints or stances of ourselves. I mean on the soul level. If you were to do a checklist or an assessment, what areas of yourself could you love yourself a little harder? Because this feels very internal. This may be the energy of, when it comes to love, and there we go, balance. Externally, we may tend to look for love in others that we lack within ourselves. And that's done on an unconscious level. That's normally not done on a, you're not consciously doing that. You do that unconsciously. And that's why I asked, when you look at the soul level, what areas do you feel like you can love yourself harder? Because this week, Scorpio, whether you're dealing with somebody or you're not dealing with anybody, this is maybe just self-development, self-improvement, or it is you dealing with somebody. There's this energy here of, when it comes to your relationships or in love, that unconsciously that you tend to, or you have the capability here of finding partners or finding romantic relationships on an unconscious level based on a certain deficiency you have within yourself, in a space that you can love yourself a little harder. If that makes sense, if you catch my drift. See, the thing about this is, truly loving always comes from ourselves first, which is so cliche and everybody says it, right? You gotta love yourself first to love somebody else, or you gotta love yourself first to be in a healthy relationship, etc., etc. Which, don't get me wrong, it's a cliche for a reason. Cliches are cliches for a reason, because there's some truth to it. But we got this Four of Cups. Seeking outwardly, seeking outward love or validation or attention or having some form of fulfillment instead of seeking within. Because when I look at the Four of Cups, which is this here in this deck, but it says opportunity beckons, I go back to the original tarot deck, which has the Three Cups in front of that guy, and the universe is bringing him a Fourth Cup, and he's not looking at the Three Cups in front of him. He's wanting that Fourth Cup. I'm so sorry. He's looking at the cup that the universe is bringing him, and not looking at the Three Cups that are currently and present in front of him. So sorry if I just confused you guys. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here. There's some unconscious level when it comes to how you operate in the space of love, whether it's within yourself or with people, where you unconsciously seek partners or find partners that fulfills an area within you that you are deficient in. And I don't think you know that you do this. So there needs to be, with this Justice card here, is balance. There needs to be some form of balance here. Some awareness in regards to how you love, how you show up in love, and the type of people you love. And even outside of romantic relationships, just towards yourself, how you love yourself, right? 8 of Cups. Helpless and hopeless. Yeah. Actually, no, I'm so sorry. This is the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. I'm so sorry. I'm like confusing you guys all over the place. But we have the 8 of Swords here. So this is that mental entrapment or that mental feeling. So this week feels like it may be a little difficult week for you. It may be a little tough. You may face some disappointment in life or in love, or disappointment just within yourself that you experience. But there's a need for you to balance out your deficiencies here when it comes to the heart space and when it comes to love, Scorpio. And this takes a lot of work, but if any sign is going to do the work, it's you. And the thing about you, unfortunately, with this placement, it's fortunate but unfortunate. Leo Sun, Scorpio Moon, when it comes to love, you love intensely. You love intensely. You love very deep, right? You got Leo, your sun, that's the ruler of the heart. And you have Scorpio as your moon, which is ruled by the emotions, ruled by water element. Very deep, very intense, very passionate. So when you love, you truly feel it on a different level than most people feel it. It's almost a sense of, to a certain extent, being a martyr for love. Not saying you would give up everything in your life for the purpose of love. I'm not saying that, but sometimes you can place yourself in positions when it comes to love, whether this is your own self-imposed thing when it comes to yourself or an actual relationship, where you can love somebody so deeply, Scorpio, that you can put your own true wants, needs, desires, and feelings on the back burner just to, in some way, satisfy your partner or sustain your partner, not in the sense of they're lesser, if you will, but you just feel so strongly towards your person. You just show it in so many different expressive ways. And sometimes, again, it can put us in some compromising positions. So that needs to be something that's looked at and worked on. Okay, and having that balance between the head and heart. There's a deficiency here. And that deficiency truly links within oneself. So assessing oneself when it comes to love, and even if it doesn't matter if you're dealing with somebody or not, right? This deficiency still starts on the inside, but it's at an unconscious level. So now that I'm letting you know, and you're being made aware, whether you were made aware already or not, this is the week to really start assessing yourself with how you give love and how you show up in love and what is lacking, what is deficient within you. We have wings. Spiritual work, life, purpose, mission. Rising above. There's other sayings on the cards, but I'm just using the sayings that applies to this message and reading here. So this is your spiritual work. This is your exercise and project for the week. And this could be honestly something that's lifelong, if I'm being honest with you, Scorpio. I'm saying Scorpio, Leo with the Scorpio moon. I'm so sorry. Leo, Scorpio moon. This can be something that is lifelong for you. Having to find that balance. Not to be too gone onto the deep end when it comes to love. Finding that balance to be able to reel yourself back in. Finding that balance and that grounding energy, being able to ground your love, if you will, instead of going into the deep intensities and the dark, murky waters, especially with it, and especially if you have a moon in Scorpio and it's in the 8th house. I wish you so much luck, because that will truly be a lifelong process that some may not even be able to accomplish in this lifetime. If you got the will, you can. But if you don't have the will, you probably won't be able to overcome dealing with these type of experiences in love. if you don't have the will and drive to really ground your emotions and that fiery passion that you can have in love. So looking at your own deficiencies here, that's your project here. Finding through your own spirituality that balance that truly lies within that you have to discover or continue to discover. So Leo, Sun, Scorpio, thank you. Stillness. Yep. So this is the week again for you to really start to do that that healing, if you will. And I don't even mean healing in the sense of there's something you need to heal from. This more so feels like healing within yourself. That deficiency, that lack, that needs to be healed. That void that is happening or causing certain patterns in relationships within yourself and externally to happen or continue to occur, that deficiency needs to be addressed. So this week, I would probably say if you are dealing with anybody romantically, or if you're just not, you're just single, you're doing your own thing, this would be the best week to really take some time alone or time for yourself and really do some self-evaluation and self-assessment, okay? So Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, I am going to leave you there. Hopefully this was insightful, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you. All right, so who are we on now? We are on Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon. Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon. Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon. What do they need to know for this week, Spirit? My Leo Suns with the Sagittarius Moon. I'm not taking two. Sorry. I love y'all, but y'all are not getting two. Just one. Leo Sun, Sagittarius Moon. Thank you. Okay. It says here, when we ready ourselves for our ultimate destiny, when we release our childish, selfish needs and realign our priorities to those of the heart, we can finally reach those magnificent fields of humanity. Those magnificent fields of human empathy, kindness, compassion, forgiveness, generosity, and courage. Okay. So you guys have to forgive me. I've been slurring my words all throughout this all signs type of reading. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening with your girl. But I literally have been messing up with each moon placement. But back to what this says. This week is all about readiness, preparation, being assertive. Readying ourselves for our destiny, our ultimate destiny at that, right? Which will entail life purpose, life mission, life path. Needing to realign ourselves, right? And release any behavioral patterns, right? Whether this is something that's been preconditioned and put upon us from our childhood days or early teen years or young adult years. Any childish, selfish needs, we have to be able to realign them. And those may not be the deficiencies that you deal with. You may have other deficiencies that you deal with that you know. And all of us have deficiencies within our personality and characteristic traits. So I don't want to see anybody in the comments talking about I'm perfect. Ain't nothing wrong with me. No, we all have them. Okay? So whatever yours are that are specific to you, Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon, that are not conducive to align you with human empathy, kindness, compassion, forgiveness, generosity, and courage, we need to start and continue to work on how to release those things so that we can ready ourselves for our ultimate destiny. So this week is really about self-improvement, right? Self-work. So we're starting off with the Four of Wands, which is joy and stability. High Priestess. And one more. The Devil, of course. So, on the line, we have joy and stability, right? Being able to, and the four, joy and stability, which is like the Four Wands in the regular tarot deck, is a portal energy. So being able to walk through that portal to our destiny, what truly fulfills us. Being able to be in that space of kindness, compassion, forgiveness, generosity, and courage, and human empathy. Being able to align our hearts and remove our selfish needs. We have that portal here starting off. So spirit and your intuition, because we have listen, which is the high priestess in this deck, is really trying to give you subtle signs, intuitive downloads, dreams, things of that nature, but also your intuition is really trying to speak to you. You may be getting certain nudges or urges or things where you know, or behavioral patterns that lie dormant within you, whether they're active or dormant, that lie within you, that you know aren't really conducive, but we don't really do much about it, or we try to do things about it, but then we kind of fall off the wagon, and then we kind of continue on with those patterns, and then we want to go back and make changes, and then we don't stick to those routines to really implement those changes of eliminating those patterns. Spirit is asking you to no longer. This week, we really need to get our butts into gear and really start eliminating certain traits about ourselves and transforming them. So a good exercise would be, especially when it comes to transforming negative patterns or behavioral conditionings, is replace a pattern with a pattern. That's the easiest way psychologically, and with our brain chemistry and our brain functions, the best way we can actually take on a new pattern is to replace it with a new one. If we try to eliminate a pattern, then guess what? Something else will form in its place, right? So instead of letting some new negative pattern or behavioral pattern form, we need to be in control of what good pattern or what good conditioning now forms. So as an example, I will use me as an example. One of my negative traits here is that I tend to be, how can I put this? Passive aggressive. I'm very passive aggressive. I think it's my Libra Mars. Okay. But I'm very, very, very passive aggressive. So instead of dealing with situations head on or confronting them that really need to be dealt with, whether it's my own life circumstances or it's external to me, like people, I will tend to put things off and put things off and put things off. And what that tends to do is cause conflict, not only within myself, but in my life circumstances. So what I've been doing to transform or transmute that negative pattern and conditioning is being able to replace that with being a bit more assertive. So when I feel like I want to be passive, I'll take little baby steps of being assertive. So I may not be as overt as I should be, but in certain ways I'll show or say things that allow me to stand my ground better than what I would have in the past. And it's constantly doing that on a daily basis, or when those opportunities arise to implement those behaviors, where you can then start to form that new conditioning pattern. That's what needs to happen here, because with this devil here, there's some traits to you, and again, we all got them. I'm not saying, they can be very severe, and they may not be as severe. But there's some traits to you, Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon, that aren't serving you. And you are the master of your destiny, not these patterns or conditionings, right? Not these things that we need to release, whether they're childish, selfish needs or whatever they may be. They have to go. So this week is the week of really implementing those new patterns and those new changes, so that way you can walk towards your ultimate destiny. Okay? So let's get another card for you guys. We have Tower, sound decision, power. There's other words on there, but I use the words that best relate to the situation, because these are like career cards. So sound decision and power. So Sagittarius, Moon, Leo, Sun, you absolutely have the power this week to make those sound decisions of needing to transform and transmute your life, but more importantly, those behavioral patterns that are not serving you, okay? And you can do it, right? You use that Leo strength and that Leo energy to do it. But it's the matter of doing it, okay? One last card for my Leo Suns. Sagittarius, change. Right on the money as always. Right on the money. Do it. There's nothing else I have to say to you. Bye. Go. Leave me alone. There's nothing else I have to say to you, Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon. I just talked a mouthful. You know what you need to do this week. And not only just this week, this is really a habitual practice that you need to practice throughout your lifetime, okay? So I love you to pieces, and I'm going to let you go here. It's been an absolute pleasure. Bye, you guys. Okay, so for our our Leo Sun Capricorn Moon. Leo Sun Capricorn Moon. What do they need to know, Spirit? What do they need to know this week? Leo Sun Capricorn Moons. I'm sorry, I thought I heard my cat. Leo Sun Capricorn Moon. Okay. Interesting. When our hearts yearn for action and growth, we should care a little. I'm so sorry. Let me reread that because I just read that so wrong. When our hearts yearn for action and growth, we should care little about what society says is possible or prudent. Okay. Interesting. So for you Leo Suns, Cat Moons, I'm kind of interested for all of you will be different, but where your moon, what house is placed in. Because the 10th house, which is Capricorn ruled, but having that Capricorn placement, it can talk about status, power, financial wealth. It also talks about societal status. It also talks about societal norms, right? It's a very rigid because it's ruled by Saturn, but it's in your moon. So it can be a little in its detriment. Capricorn and the moon is in its detriment. So I wonder, and I'm curious about the struggles that you deal with as a Capricorn Moon, Leo Sun. If you got it, I'm curious. I'm actually curious. So leave a comment. Leo Sun, Capricorn Moon, if you deal with any struggles with having a Capricorn Moon as your placement. Because that's what I'm immediately feeling here, and this is something that you'll be dealing with this week. Is there's a part of you that wants to grow and take action and break free, but then there's also some part of needing to be in alignment with societal standards or norms or behaviors or patterns or routines or things that have already been established within your life. It's like one side of you wants to be wild and free or do as you please or be fulfilled in whatever way you see fit. And the other side of you feels almost conflicted or restricted to some form of, again, that Saturn energy of routine, of societal perception, of et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just curious how this is working for you because I'm feeling this power struggle, and there goes the Tower. Okay. That's what we're talking about. Tell me more from my Leo Suns, Capricorn Moon. We got the Six of Cups, which is love. No, actually, no, this is not the Six of Cups. This is the Lovers. I'm so sorry. That is the Lovers. Nine of Wands. No, I'm so sorry. Nine of Pentacles. Two of Wands. I feel like I've been confusing all the placements today. So just forgive me. So we have the Tower, Lovers, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Wands. Okay. So this week will feel quite interesting. For some of you, this may be a literal breakup. For others of you, this may be getting into a relationship this week. I'm just going to get the mundane aspects out of this before I go deep. For some of you, you will be breaking up this week and going on a new path. Others of you, you will be getting in a relationship and taking a new path. Right? Going from single to the Lovers, getting in a new connection or experiencing that soulmate connection with somebody that's on an intense, deep level. It is Mercury retrograde, so no wonder why I can't freaking talk. But also just keep that in mind when it comes to your relationships. But on a deeper level here, on a deeper level outside of love and romance, this is you needing to break out of any type of confinements that have been placed upon you, whether it's through societal standards, norms, your own self-imposed beliefs or ideals or perceptions, whether these were established from your early childhood or some point in your adulthood. External, internal, it does not matter. The actual core of who you are on the emotional level, which keeps you in a sense feeling stuck or conflicted or constricted from truly expressing or being in your most authentic form. The Lovers needs to be torn down. There needs to be a sense of independence from what you have established within your own self-limiting beliefs or perceptions or societal norms and standards versus what is truly authentic to you at the soul core level. And with the Spread Your Wings, this is time for you to fly. Pick a path. We can stay in the energy of where we may feel conflicted or restricted within ourselves and feel like there's a part of us that wants to be authentic and being called towards something that's authentic for our life and our life purpose. Or we can choose the other path that we may have been traveling down already, where, yeah, I feel this calling and I feel this pull towards this way, but my moon, Saturn, it's a very restrictive energy, is telling me to conform, or is making me feel like I have to conform, whether it's to my own beliefs or societal beliefs or whoever believes. This Tower being here is asking you to really break down and really start to analyze and do your due diligence on what truly matters to me the most. Do I want to live an authentic life, or do I want to stay in that state of constriction? And I know it's a bit hard when you have those planetary alignments that kind of naturally give you those characteristics or traits. But again, if there's a will, there's a way, and you always have free will. Just because certain planetary alignments are in your chart doesn't mean that you don't have the free will or the power to make accommodations or adjustments to not live or exist. It's learning how to coexist with those planetary alignments and not living underneath their rules. Okay? So that's what I'm feeling here for you. So let's get another card here. For my Leo sun, Capricorn moon. We have Seal. Interesting. This is very much a Capricorn kind of energy too. When I look at that, it's very professional. Business contract, documents, etc., etc. But on a deeper note here, and I only read certain phrases from these cards just because it's more of a business career deck. But when I look at business contract, it's kind of like the seal or kiss of death, if you will, right? Because again, the moon is in its detriment when it's in Leo. So you deal with a lot of conflicted or constricted energies, but doesn't mean you have to live underneath them. You learn how to coexist with them, right? A business contract. How can me and my moon in Capricorn, how can we coexist together where it's an equal partnership, where I can live with that Saturn placement there while still being a Leo, and vice versa? How can we manage this so that way I'm not being ruled by this aspect or trait of me and I'm letting it dictate my freedom in some way, shape, or form? So it's really doing the work here and trying to figure out how to coexist and cohabitate with that placement here, because there is constriction here from you being able to take the action and growth in the way that you want to based off of, again, certain societal pressures, standards, norms. We have change and happiness. So Leo sun, Cap moon. If you are able to make the changes here and learn how to coexist and not live under Saturn's ruling, there's so much happiness in a more fulfilling and authentic life you get to live. This week is the week to start putting those wheels in motion, okay? So I'm going to leave you there. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always. All right, so who we on now? Leo sun, Aquarius moon. Hey, such an interesting sign because you guys go actually really hand and foot together. Just in general, like if you're looking at counterparts. So I'm wondering, just to live with those placements, how does that flow? I can definitely see you being a very unique, independent, just you live life by your own accord, you know. Sorry if you can, okay. So I live downtown Houston, and it's always somebody with their like shitty Honda with a kid on it, that stupid loud exhaust, just trying to like do the most, and it's annoying. So please excuse if you heard all that noise in the background. All right, Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So for you, we have reality can be shaped and changed by my direct actions. So I will act with consistency to forge my ideal life. Woo! I know that's right. I know that's absolutely right. I love it. I love that energy. Because that's very much so Leo Aquarian energy. Beating to the, and like I was saying at the beginning, right? Beating to the sound of your own drum. Being an individualist, right? Moving on your own accord. Moving to your own rhythm, your own pace. And consistently staying in that energy will allow you to forge your ideal life. I love this. So let's get some more energy here for my Leo, Suns, Aquarius, Moon. We got the Nine of Pentacles. Again, independent energy. Large reward. Nine of Swords. Four of Cups. Okay. Still not mad at it. Still not mad at it. So opportunity beckons. This is the Four of Cups in this deck, but this Four of Cups in this deck operates a little bit differently than the regular Rider Waite Tarot. So with this Four of Cups, it talks about opportunities that are on the horizon. You may not see them yet, but doesn't mean that they're not there. Okay? So in this energy of that independence, being confident, being assured of who you are, knowing who you are, being certain of who you are, what it is that you want to achieve, your ideal life, knowing that it's coming up on the horizon. So this week, Nine of Swords here, it's not really telling me you're necessarily in the Nine of Swords energy of anxiety and worry. You could be, but I'm not getting that next to this Nine of Pentacles. This is more so you needing to really use a lot of your brain power, use that Aquarian energy, right? Those eclectic thoughts, right? Those out-of-the-box ideas to really continue or start to really figure out how to shape your ideal life, and going towards that path. Now, mind you, you may not see instant results. Of course, we all know how life plays out. But what this opportunity beckons, the more you start to get into the head space, mental space, I will tell you this, one good exercise for you to do here, Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, is really, I love, and I know you guys always call me like a motivational speaker, but I really do love motivational speeches. I just really do. Even going to sleep with some form of motivational speech playing in the background, or manifestos playing, there's a need for you to constantly get mental stimulation in regards to the ideal life you want to create, right? Staying in that energy of empowerment, staying in that energy of independency, staying in that energy of success, abundance, fruitfulness, while this opportunity is coming up on the horizon. But there's a need for that to be almost what you eat, shit, and breathe, if you will. That's what it truly feels like. And you don't have to go into the far obsessive deep end of it, but your thoughts do become your reality. And that's right what this Nine of Swords is for me. Your thoughts become your reality. So based off your thoughts becoming your reality, keeping yourself in a consistent state of flow of positive energy, manifestation, manifestos, inspiration, whether it's reading an inspirational book or audiobook, whether it is listening to inspiring stories on YouTube or just reading books about them, motivational speeches, staying in the constant flow of positive energy and knowing that if it can be done, it will be done and you can achieve it, because we got this Nine of Pentacles here. So either you're already there or you're getting there, or that's where you're trying to go. And while you're in the flow of getting there, understanding that all you're doing is calling in this opportunity. So this week, definitely buckle down on the mental space with aligning yourself with your ideal life. So we have a tree coming to a fruition, abundance, and stability. Absolutely. So that's what's happening for you here, Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. What it is that your thoughts that are becoming a reality are coming to fruition or will be coming to fruition that provides you the stability of the Nine of Pentacles. Independence. You need no one. You need no help. You have everything you want. You have everything you want in abundance. And then some. But it's staying in that flow. So one last card here. Leo Sun, Aquarius Moon. Okay. Inner peace. I love it. I love it. So with this inner peace, silencing the mind, more so speaking, anything that may be an external conflict or hindrance or disturbance, you really want to remove that, because your internal space, the mental space at this time really needs to be still. It really needs to be at peace, so that way you can feel it and overload it, if you will, to an extent, with positive affirmations, motivations, inspiring stories that inspire you to continue to create your ideal life. So anything that may be an outside factor, try your best this week to really remove those sources or those experiences or people, whatever it may be, so that way you have all of that mental space this week to utilize towards forging your ideal life. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you there, Leo Sun, Aquarius Moon, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Hey, last but not least, Leo Sun, Pisces Moon. Let's go ahead and get into it. What does it need you to know for the week? What do you need to know? Thank you. Leo Sun, Pisces Moon, Spirit. We must reclaim our agenda with a forceful grip. Somebody else got this. I don't remember what other Leo Sun and Moon placement got this. But dang it, I wish I knew. If you actually check the timestamps and you go back and find, you may have that sign in a different planet of yours within your natal chart. But we must reclaim our agenda with a forceful grip. Interesting. So let me go ahead and put some cards on this and see how this is relating to you before I start to explain. So, Leo, Sun, Pisces, Moon. Ace of Cups, Four of Swords. Interesting. One more. Five of Cups. Okay. I absolutely understand. So Ace of Cups being here. So this is fulfillment in any way, shape, or form. I will tell you this week, let me just get the mundane aspects out of the way. Some of you may be just dealing with disappointment from some form of heartbreak, breakup, or something that just on the emotional level, this could be family, friends, children, work, I don't know, that just really left you feeling disappointed, that really left you feeling isolated in some way, shape, or form. So you may be dealing with that this week. So I will just tell you to keep that in mind, because I am feeling these energies here of just sadness. You may need time to heal. You may need time to mend your heart. You may need time to mend your emotional state or space. That's kind of what's coming up here for me. But more so than that, when I look at this card, or all these cards, I should say, you know, this is the energy of both of these energies. Four of Swords and the Five of Cups are passive like energies. And Leo, even though that's your sun, that's not really a space that you reside in. But again, your moon is in Pisces, which Pisces to some elements can be a little passive, can be a little avoidant in some ways, right? So there's a conflict that's arising there between your sun and your moon. And that's what I feel like, because there's a new beginning here, right? This is reclaiming your agenda with a forceful grip. But we have this emotional distraction, whatever this is for you, is distracting you from what your actual goal or your agenda is in life, or your purpose or your fulfillment. So whatever this may be happening, whether it's this week, whether it's something you've been dealing with, whether it's something that's been ongoing, I don't know, but whatever this emotional state is. And for some of you, you may just be healing this week from an injury. Really. You're healing this week from an injury. And if you are, I'll tell you, of course, you'll get better. but that's another underlying mundane energy I'm getting. But with these two in alignment, it's just telling me whatever emotionally is distracting you, it's really distracting you from your end goal, right? This agenda, whatever it may be in life, your fulfillment, your purpose, your life path, your mission. If we can start to change our focus from what did not work or what left us disappointed or what left us upset. And again, I can't tell you how to heal because we got that 4 of Swords there. I can't tell you how to heal. I will say, though, take it a day at a time, but still be able to apply daily actionable steps to still go towards whatever goal it is that you're in. Don't allow yourself to just seep and mold in this disappointment or upset energy, because in the end, it's not going to serve you. And when you look back, all you're going to notice is wasted time of feeling emotionally upset, spending time being emotionally upset instead of using that time, or using at least periods within that time, to accomplish whatever agenda that it is that you want it to. You know, and you don't want to look back 6 months, a year and a half, etc., however long it may be, and realize all that time I spent being upset or disappointed or feeling frustrated or dealing with heaviness, all that time I spent on that wasted emotion that didn't change the outcome and that didn't change the situation. If I would have spent some time within that period really going towards my agenda, I would be in such a different space in my life right now than where I am. So it's putting things back into perspective here. So, Leo Sun, Pisces Moon. Ooh, okay, thank you. We have cutlery. So it says living well, so provider. There's other words on here too, but I just use the keywords that best resonate since these are for career and business. So the thing about this is, which is really interesting, because if you are able to shift your focus or change your focus a little bit, whatever this agenda that it is, whatever you want to achieve in life, or this life goal, purpose, or destiny, will allow you to live really well. Really well. Cutlery is associated in this specific deck with fine dining, which allows me to think of high end, right? $300 dinners, you know, going to, if you're familiar with Houston, Texas, this is going shopping at the Galleria and going to Post Oak or River Oaks, right? The high end, or the equivalent of that in Houston would be, you know, in LA, Beverly Hills or Bel Air. Not saying those are the lofty goals you want, but I'm just saying if you can focus on your agenda, it will allow you to have some form of stability or provide for yourself in a way that you may have not been able to provide for yourself in. But because we have this deterrent here with this 5 of Cups and 4 of Swords, it's almost a sense of throwing you off your track, which again, we do need our time to heal. 4 of Swords, it's still here, but we don't want to spend all of our time in this 5 of Cups energy. At some point, we need to give ourselves, you know, some time to heal, but we still have to be active in our agenda. Okay, so one last card here. So I'll take Wonders since it flipped upright. It's about to fall. So we have Wonders. Beautiful. So I would say in this moment or time frame, whether this is this week or this may be something that you've been dealing with or that's been ongoing, with this Wonders energy here, this is being able to look and assess, you know, what this agenda is, what it feels like, almost a distraction, if you will, but it's not really a distraction because it's what you're going towards. But it's almost like that SOS, right? Throwing out that lifeboat to come get you. And that lifeboat is Wonders, right? While you're feeling this 5 of Cups energy or going through this, let's try to shift our focus in going to an imaginative state of, and you're Pisces, you're ruled by Neptune, so you're very imaginative. Let's try to shift it to an imaginative state of what my life will look like if I went towards my agenda, or once I accomplish my agenda, or once this 5 of Cups energy is over with. And almost using that to pull you out of that energy bit by bit. And of course, it's not something that's a one and done process and you're out of this 5 of Cups energy, but it's a daily routine of being able to at least continue to keep your sights set on the end goal here. Okay, so Pisces, Moon, and Leo Sun, I am going to leave you here. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure to read for you. And it's been an absolute honor and pleasure to read for all of the Leo placements with different moon, or all of the Leo Suns with different moon placements. It's been an absolute pleasure. All right, well, I'm going to let you guys go. And if you guys like this style or if you're into this, let me know and I'll do this on a weekly basis. All right, bye.